So I learned that Candy is the type of mom that will endanger her own child. Also want to share a super sketchy job ad that I came across as we're looking for jobs.
I think you should apply for it, by the way.
Oh, no.
Wait until you hear this ad.
Morally, I don't think I could. And also, Candy didn't know that there's a sexy way for men and a sexy way for women to take T-shirts off. She thought you just took them off. It's this discussion that came up in our pre-show meeting that I want to bring up. So that is all coming up. Welcome to the Candy and Potter Show. Candy and I are married to each other. That's not what the show's about. It comes up when it comes up. We talk about our lives, our listeners' lives, and some pop culture. So thank you for listening. Or if you are watching, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Those of you who have been subscribers to our podcast for a long time, you're listening. We are doing the show on video this week as well. If you would rather watch, you can go to youtube.com/Candy and Potter. I don't know how much visual there be. We're still doing a podcast. It's still for you to listen to.
Some people like to watch.
But there might be... Is that what you meant?
It is what I meant.
But there might be something that comes up that you might want to see. Again, youtube.com/Candy and Potter. So,
okay, wait, can we first start out with I do not endanger my tiny humans? Because that's a ridiculous thing to say.
Let me tell the story here. So
okay, you tell. Okay, all right.
Our now 5-year-old tiny human just got a pitching machine from Grandma and Grandpa for his birthday.
Baseball.
This is one of those things where it pitches you the ball and you're supposed to hit it. So it basically shoots balls at you. And so we set this thing up in the backyard.
Well, wait, plastic balls.
Yeah, it sounds better, though, if people think it's real baseballs. So it sets this thing up in the backyard, and they're basically wiffle balls. Mm-hmm. And the 5-year-old, lines up to bat. But then our 18-month-old tiny human decides to wander over like, oh, what is this? It's making noise. It's throwing things. This is cool. And he goes to step in front of it. I put down my sandwich. I come running across the lawn to scoop him up. And Candy says what?
Let him get hit.
Let him get hit.
It's not going to hurt, and it's going to teach him a real quick lesson.
Or it will traumatize him forever. So now I'm worried that if he's going near a hot stove, Candy's going to say, let him get burned.
No. He does know the difference between hot and cold because we do that with water. But it would be, you're making it sound like we're at the bowling alley and the chute where the ball comes up.
Right.
And the ball comes up and you don't get your fingers right there and you're going to get hurt if you put your head there. That's what it kind of is. And he seems to think that the tiny human would physically get injured. No.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we...
He gets scared.
Because I scooped him up anyway. Yeah, he'll be emotionally traumatized. Why don't we have you get hit with the pitching machine? Okay? I brought it into the house. We had it out in the car because we took it to the park. And we'll shoot it at you at the end of the show today.
All right.
And then you can decide.
Hit me with the pitching machine.
And you have to be blindfolded, too, so you don't know when it's coming.
Why do I have to be blindfolded? Is that really what would happen with a tiny human?
Yes, because he would not know that it was coming.
Yeah, it would be curiosity. He should look. He should see the ball coming at his face.
As it's lunging towards his face.
I would assume.
All right, we'll do that at the end of the show today. Hey, there's a reason you might want to see the video.
Right.
Switch to the video or look it up later. So you're angry about what now?
I am angry because Hollywood has really run out of stories. They've run out of reasons to make new movies, I seem to think anyway, because they're starting to do all these remakes. Now, the newest one is The Cult. They're remaking it.
The Cult? I don't even know that one.
Wait, did I say The Cult? Oh, wait, I think I got it wrong.
So they're remaking a movie that you've never heard of.
No. No, I want to make sure that I got it right. Hang on, I think I deleted it. Wait, let me find it.
Is it the movie Cantaloupe?
Now you've made me angry because now it's not uploading. Hang on.
Is it the movie The Cultivation of Corn Seeds?
No, The Craft. Ugh. Why can't I remember that? Okay.
So why are you angry about a movie you can't even remember the title to the original?
They're remaking The Craft, which was Neve Campbell. You know Neve Campbell?
I do. I don't know that movie, though.
Okay, Neve Campbell, who is 41 now, by the way. I should just add that in. But it's kind of like The Craft. Back in the day, it was like Mean Girls with magic.
Okay.
You know Mean Girls?
Yeah, I know. Mean Girls.
Right. Yeah. So The Craft, but they're remaking it now. And it's just this cult classic that no matter what you do to it now, it will never be as good as the original.
Okay.
So I was thinking about this because Hollywood is doing this more and more.
Let me interrupt for a second. You sound so old right now.
How does that sound?
There's no good ideas in Hollywood. It's never like it was when I was younger.
No, that's not
Get
what
off
this
my
sounds
lawn.
like. That is not what this sounds like. This sounds like protecting a cult classic movie so you don't ruin it with a new one.
Okay, name any movie they've remade and the remake was better. That you liked the original.
We can't really do Star Wars,
For
right?
example, I love the Thomas Crown Affair with Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo. And
the remake of it.
Yes, and I didn't even know there was an original.
Because that was a black and white movie. Potter does not watch black and white films.
No, we live in color. Why would I do that?
That's ridiculous. But there are several other movies, cult classic movies, that they're working on remakes right now that I really didn't know about yet because they're not quite, everyone's not talking about them yet. One, Clueless. They're working on remaking that right now. No, you can't do that because you can't have that same reaction to it again.
You sound old.
I do not. The other one, Big Lebowski. Did you know they're working on a remake for that right now?
They should make a sequel for Big Lebowski.
Yeah, sequel, not remake. What are you going to do? Throw Matthew McConaughey in there and be like, yeah, this is the new dude? No,
there's enough there's enough of a diehard following for the Big Lebowski. You could do a sequel and people would get excited. So Kelsey Grammer was on The Talk this week, which is another version of The View.
I don't watch that, but yes.
And he was telling a story about how he went to take his wife out on his boat. And it's a boat that he's had for 25 years. And
this was a date?
Yeah, I think so,
okay,
as I understood it. And so he takes her out to it, and he says, yeah, I've had this boat for 25 years. And she said, well, have you had sex on this boat then? And
obviously, that's why I have a boat.
Right? And he said, so I don't own that boat anymore. So he sold the boat. Now, I think there are expectations that are acceptable when you are doing your, when you're in a new relationship and there's baggage from an old relationship. There's certain things. I'd even be okay to get rid of a bed. But I think
whole bed? Like the frame and the mattress and the whole bed?
At least the mattress. But to me, that is the end of it, because getting rid of a boat is like getting rid of a house. And when you have Kelsey Grammer money, you could afford to do that. But isn't that a little
about
extreme?
First world problems. My girlfriend doesn't like my boat anymore, so I got a new one.
This is a boat that he has had for decades. Guess what? And she's probably 23, so she's like, this boat's older than I am.
Yeah, maybe that's why she wanted a new boat.
I don't know how old his latest wife is.
I want a new boat. I don't think there's anything totally ridiculous with that because they're so rich. And so you're talking about a completely different stratosphere of wants and needs and feeling secure in a relationship. But maybe she knew the stories about the boat, and so that's why she asked
maybe it said, if this boat is a rockin'.
That's what they called the boat?
On there?
It's a rockin'?
I guess if it was a sex boat. Do you like the sea? No.
We call it the sex boat.
It hasn't been out of the harbor in 25 years.
It's terrible. We know somebody who lives on a boat. Maybe that's why he got the boat.
I just come here when I want to have an affair. It's my cheating around boat.
The boat is called Mistress.
Yes.
That's probably why she wanted it gone.
Oh, who's it named after? You, of course. Always you.
I went and got new makeup yesterday, and I went and got eyeliner. Potter never comes with me when I go into like the makeup store or anything like that. He just disappears.
Why would I do that? That's just an invitation for me to get insulted. Hey, sir, have you ever considered filling some of those wrinkles? Hey, sir, have you? I mean,
you
even
don't have very many wrinkles.
The fact that I'm sitting in front of a camera right now and we're having this conversation, I feel self-conscious almost.
Don't look at
Cover me up.
Don't look at me. Well, anyway, I got eyeliner. I have it on today, the new eyeliner that I got. And it was a very bizarre conversation with the makeup girl. And, when you go into a makeup place, that's all that they do. The makeup girls and guys have their makeup done really bold and crazy so they can highlight the new stuff and try and get you to buy it. And I walk up and I said, this is the brand, this is the color that I need. Do you have it in stock? And the girl looks at me and goes, oh, you should do something fun like yellow. And I said, no, it's cool. I don't need the jaundice eyeliner. And she goes, ooh, who makes that?
Oh, wow.
And she was dead serious. And I was like, never mind.
Okay, so that's funny, but I don't expect the average person to know what jaundice is. You know how I know about jaundice?
What?
Seinfeld.
Baby. Oh, well, yeah.
No, that's where I learned about jaundice was Seinfeld.
Jaundice. Yeah, that's, usually it is a baby thing.
Kramer was in an episode where they were acting out diseases for medical students to diagnose, and he or the other guy got jaundice.
And so you have to pretend like you're yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but it was one of those conversations where I feel like I should get people points because I held my tongue and I did not go on to explain to the beautiful makeup girl.
You should have explained to her, jaundice is actually a disease that makes your skin yellow.
I was going to, but I thought that sounded rude and condescending, so I did not do that.
You should have pulled out your phone, started broadcasting on Periscope, said, hey guys, watch this.
No, I just smiled and went, oh yeah, no, not looking for yellow.
All right, so new study out. Who gets more dates online? A woman who is using special lighting, glammed up makeup, special camera angles and all
Jaundice eyeliner.
Or a woman who is just simply, she maybe got some makeup on, but she looks like she does every day. Who do you think gets more dates?
Just straight more dates, not based on personality or anything, just based on the picture?
Well, I mean, there's personality attached to it, but assume they're identical.
The more makeup girl, probably.
She does. Yeah. But men chose her way more times, but they said that she is too hot to trust.
I have that problem all the time.
Too hot. You are just too hot to trust.
I am too hot to trust. I mean, people see me and they're like, no.
Well, and here, let me show these pictures in the article for anyone who is watching on our YouTube channel. Again, you can watch the podcast, youtube.com/Candy and Potter. This is episode 30.
These are two different women now,
I
right?
had to ask.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so there's two different women.
This is the makeup one. This is the natural look.
Not only the makeup, the lighting. She's shot from a weird angle,
right.
All of that.
Yeah, the other chick looks like we've photoshopped this model.
So they asked these guys, like, okay, so you don't trust her. Do you still want to go out with her? And they said, oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just a date. Yeah.
But on the other half of it, men were asked, or women were asked the same thing about men. If men had pictures that were more glammed up, their hair was done, stuff like that, women also chose the glammed up guy most of the time, but they said he was more trustworthy.
Yeah, because he's gay.
What?
He doesn't want anything to do with you, so he's
probably... No, that doesn't mean like metrosexually made up.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about. He's wearing eyeliner, foundation.
No, not makeup.
Put together.
No, but he
doesn't want you.
Got a little pomade in his hair.
An effort was made?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, maybe.
That makes him more trustworthy.
I don't see it as more trustworthy. I see a guy that looks kind of slick and really polished like that as a salesperson who only wants something from other people. Not necessarily.
So you don't trust him?
Right, I don't trust him.
Okay.
But I don't.
I'll just continue to let myself go.
You did get a haircut, though, so maybe you're trying to be a little bit more polished of a look.
I don't feel good about myself when my hair gets too long.
Yeah, I know.
I was in a funk the other day, and I'm like, is it the clouds? Is it the job search? And I'm like, I just need a haircut, I think.
Well, I got to tell you about this study just because I thought of you when I read the results of it. And so I want to see if I was right, kind of.
Okay.
All right. So this is a study about technology and just people and how much they love it. People were asked, would you rather lose a finger for the rest of your life or lose your internet access for the rest of your life?
Oh, finger in a second.
Really?
Do I get to choose the finger?
No. Well, no, they didn't give a specific finger.
Or is it a finger at random?
It was just a finger.
Well, I mean,
that's what I thought you would say. You would rather lose a digit than really?
I got 10. I don't need all of them, but
You're a terrible example for the future of humanity.
I need internet access. You would give up internet forever instead of a finger?
I'm sorry. Internet is not a need. Internet is a want.
No, it's a need now.
It's a desire. It is not a need.
I've had these fantasies occasionally about, what if I just took, I don't know, a month off the grid, if you will. Would I reconnect with my friends? I wouldn't even be able to reach them without the internet.
That's true.
It is a need for our generation and generations younger and some generations older probably. You couldn't even, I'd be like, yeah, I thought we were going to get together. Well, you didn't text me.
There's a family in Pennsylvania that just lost custody of their children because they live off the grid.
Yep.
And the state
couldn't do
said...
homework?
No, they homeschool their kids and stuff like that. But the state said, no, you are not providing them. They did not have electricity in the home.
Okay.
So they're saying you are not providing them with enough creature comforts as far as serving their needs go. And there wasn't anything wrong with the kids. It was just they decided, and they're calling themselves, we're living off the grid. That is the lifestyle that we're providing. And
what
state of Pennsylvania said no.
What did the survey say?
Survey said 1 in 3 would give up a finger.
Only 1 in 3?
1 in 3. You're the one. I don't know. There's 2 of us here. Ask the dog. Brooklyn.
And I hate pain. I don't like pain, and I'm grossed out by all that stuff, but...
Would you do it CIA torture style?
Gotta have
like
my internet.
you get the clippers and like, talk, and then they just take a finger?
If I had to, I guess.
Maybe.
So I don't really like most holidays because of what they end up representing. It representing like, oh, we need to spend more money, and oh, we have to use this specific day to tell the ones in our lives that we love them.
He is a holiday ruiner. That's just something about him.
It's entirely possible. But, I love Christmas because I love picking out cool things for friends and family, and I love getting together, and I love the music, and I love the decorations and everything about that. But outside of that, I like the 4th of July for what it represents for our country, but some of these holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day.
How do you not like Halloween? How is Halloween not included in your list of loves? I love Halloween.
Halloween can be with Christmas.
Okay, good.
Just so you don't break up with me.
Good.
But
still together.
But there's this cheating website, AshleyMadison.com. It's basically where people sign up to cheat on their significant others.
If you are watching this and you're a guy and there's another girl in the room, look surprised, like you've never heard of that website before.
Number one day for signups, the day after Mother's Day. The day after Mother's Day.
I thought it was around Valentine's Day.
I think the Monday after Valentine's Day or the day after Valentine's Day is one of the top ones for sure. But they usually get 3,000 women that sign up on a regular Monday.
Oh, wait. Okay.
And they get 30,000 the day after Mother's Day.
I was totally thinking men because it's a cheating website and that's their target. But these are women who felt they weren't appreciated enough on Mother's Day, probably, right?
Yes. And if a holiday is going to set you off, if the expectation level is so high for a holiday that you're thinking about cheating or breaking up over a holiday, I mean, there's obviously deeper problems there. And I don't mean to be judgmental. There are obviously a lot of people in this world with a lot of different relationship issues. And you
totally sound judgmental.
I know I do.
Okay.
And I don't mean it to be that way. But there are obviously bigger issues at hand. And that's what I don't like about holidays is they create these expectations where it's like, well, if he doesn't live up to this or if she doesn't do this for me on Valentine's Day, it's over.
What if it's just the holiday magnifies the bigger underlying
Which
problem?
Is the problem with holidays.
But I don't think that's a problem. I think that's probably a good thing because then it ends a relationship so it doesn't drag on longer and longer and longer.
Okay, so I say holidays are bad because they set expectations too high and bring too much disappointment. You say they're great because they weed out bad relationships.
Yeah, they highlight the losers.
Well, in this scenario, they're not actually going to end relationships. They're just going to cheat on their significant other.
That's terrible and awful. Which kind of goes into the next story that a friend told me, which is funny. But she was talking about there's a guy who she's married. There's a guy who they cross paths every now and then, and she just refers to him as Hot Dylan.
Right. He's in her life.
He's in her life, and they see each other a lot, and the husband sees Hot Dylan a lot. And she makes comments to her husband. Oh, you didn't tell me Hot Dylan was going to be there. I would have dressed up. Hot Dylan's coming, and says things like that. And so it just got me wondering, if you're married or you've been in a long-term relationship for a while, do you point out the hot people in your life that you have access to?
No.
To your significant other?
No. The answer is no.
The answer is always no.
I'm looking at the camera.
No, but I mean, and so we were talking about this on Facebook earlier. Maureen says, yes. One time I had a very cute arborist doing yard work at my house. My husband would come home, ask me if my boyfriend was around today. And it was this ongoing joke. But I can say that a guy or girl is attractive in our life. No. My husband can never say that.
Oh, okay. So there's the double standard.
She's honest, at least. At least Maureen was honest about it.
Here's the thing. I don't want to know who you... I mean, if you tell me George Clooney's attractive...
Nah, he's ugly.
Congratulations. Whatever. Clooney's not in your world. And if you can get Clooney, you should leave me immediately.
He's not in my world.
Just for the experience. Just to go to the Lake Como Villa.
I know. I would invite you.
Thanks.
It'd be weird, but George would get over it.
Yeah. But if it's literally the neighbor or another parent at school or, even the longtime UPS guy or something, it's like at some point, no, I don't want, that's too accessible.
So if it's somebody you have no shot in hell with.
Right.
Totally fine.
Yes.
But if it's somebody that you
totally have a shot with, I don't want to know.
If you could, then that's no. Rhonda was talking on Facebook about this because we were just having this funny conversation about, is it okay? And she said, I only did this one time. I told my husband about this really attractive car salesman. The next time I went into the car dealership with my sister, that particular salesman was being really inappropriate towards us and saying things like, how much you wanted to do, sisters, and it was gross. So we left. I told my husband, who, quote, suddenly needed to get his car looked at the dealership. And she said, I never heard what happened to that guy. Never heard the end of the story.
That's a super sketchy story. All right.
Well, I mean, it's not sketchy.
Another discussion we were having this week. One of our listeners told us she's celebrating her anniversary this weekend, and every year for her anniversary, she gets her wedding dress out and puts it on, and she and her husband have like a nice anniversary dinner at home.
Good for her.
And
I mean, just being able to fit into it. Good for her. She can fit. I don't know if I could fit.
I thought, is that normal? Have you put yours on since our wedding day?
No.
I know you haven't had it professionally stored.
It's all like put together and
a waste.
Stored.
What a waste.
It is not a waste.
So I asked
love that dress.
On Facebook if anybody had worn their dress since. Wendy said, I've only put mine once since our wedding. I was 8 weeks postpartum and wanted to prove to myself that I could.
There you go.
Jennifer says, I wore my wedding dress as my Halloween costume last year as a zombie bride.
I'd never be able to do that. I would be so afraid all night. Like, don't touch me. Don't get makeup on this.
Paula says, I do it every year on our anniversary too, but not out for dinner. I just wear it around the house for 10 minutes. And then
all day, Paula. This year, do it all day.
And then Amara, this is my favorite. Amara says, I know of a couple who every year put their wedding attire on and go do something normal in the city. Ride the bus, grocery shop, go out to eat. I thought that was a fantastic idea and great incentive to stay the same size as your wedding day.
How much pressure would that be, though? Because I have to fit into this tiny little dress again, just go to Whole Foods. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, but the pictures would be so funny and you'd get so much attention. Everybody would assume you were a newlywed. You know
what? For the next big anniversary we have, like one of the milestones, we should do that. That should be our goal, is to fit into... I mean, you still can fit into your stuff, I'm sure. I probably can't. My boobs are bigger now. I mean, I've had 2 tiny humans since then, so the boobs are different.
I'm a little heavier than I was when we got married because we lost some weight leading up to the wedding. But yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it right now. I don't think I could zip it up.
Okay. Well, that's all right. We'll just
I could zip part of it up, but not... so we'll be super trashy wedding couple.
We'll just do duct tape. No big deal.
Yeah, it's good. I was reading this thing about men hating on other men. As women, we hear that all the time. Women are super judgmental of other women.
Right.
Like, oh, her nails are chipped. Oh, her eyeliner's weird. I say that because right now my nails are chipped and my eyeliner's weird. But, there are things that we pick out. And so they did this question answer kind of like, hey, men of the world, what do you hate about other men? So
dudes.
Dudes. Do you have anything?
Not that I can think of.
Nothing that pops up right at the top of your head?
I don't know. Share a few. I'll be much better at agreeing. I'm not that hateful of a person. I don't care enough.
Judgmental?
About strangers.
Other men always assume men know about sports.
I don't really run into that much.
Mm-hmm. Not in your circle of friends, anyway.
No, I have lots of friends that are diehard sports fans, but they don't assume that everybody is.
Another thing that men hate about other men who decided not to learn any domestic activity. Like, I hate the fact that guys don't know how to cook, or they claim they don't know how to clean, or they claim they don't know how to run a house.
Not that they're experts, but they feel like,
I just can't.
What's a washing machine?
I just can't.
I can't do that.
Right.
Here's the thing is... It's not so much, I think, for a lot of us guys that we can't do that. It's that you're not going to be happy if we do it in the first place. And I'm not saying that because we do it a bad job. I'm saying we do it because in a way that is not the way you wanted. And I'm talking not just directly at you, Candy, but, women in general.
I'm sorry. I think we need some demonstration and specific examples for me to be able to agree with your point.
Well, for example, I could just say, yeah. What do we have for dinner tonight? Spaghetti, broccoli. Okay, I'm just going to make it my way. And then you would say, oh, well, this tiny human doesn't like the sauce, so you got to do this to the sauce. Or, oh, well, if you did this, there'd be a little less salt in it, so that would be great. Or, there's little nitpicky things. And if anytime you want me to cook, that's fine. But I'm going to try and do it your way because I'd rather everybody be happy. That's all.
The other thing
that
men hate about men, men who constantly bash their entire gender to try to impress women on how different they are.
Oh, I used to do that all the time.
Because they just want to get girls. Like, I'm not like other men. Like, but that makes you exactly like other men.
For guys, as I'm not only have I been in the friend zone, but I'm also the former president of the friend zone.
Mayor of friend zone.
No, presidents have been.
Really?
Dictator.
Congratulations on being elected president of the friend zone.
But when you're friends with a bunch of girls and nobody will go out with you, all you do is hear them complain about their horrible boyfriends. And what else would you say?
So this is your marketing?
Yeah, what a jerk. I would never do that to you. It's not a ploy so much as it was just the honest truth at the time.
Maybe.
So I saw this study this week about a woman now. There's been services like this before, but for about $6, she'll dump somebody for you. This was started by a former nurse in Australia. So she says, I was a nurse, so I have good bedside manner.
Wait, why is she a former nurse? Did she kill people? Was she an angel of death?
I don't know.
Okay, that's what I would like to find out first.
So what she'll do is for like $6, she'll send a nice text message breaking up. And then for a little more, an email.
Break up by text? No, that should be free because that is a terrible thing to do to anybody.
And then the top level is, at least that I saw in the article, was she will send flowers and a box of tissues along with a note.
That's condescending and rude.
The weirdest thing about it, though, is like the email example they had, the last thing it says, I hope we can still be friends. And I'm like, you want to be friends and see the person?
No.
So that they can tell you, you wuss, you wouldn't even break up with me in person?
Maybe her service is she writes the email. She'll write the email, send it to you. You reword it how you feel it works. And
no,
then
she does all
it.
of it, and she sends it, which I just don't get at all. So, by the way, Candy did not know that there is a hot way to take off a T-shirt.
Okay, I know. Isn't the whole point, if you're naked at the end, that's hot?
Yes, but there are certain ways that this works. There was a story about things that instantly make a man hotter, like if he's holding a puppy. Or
that makes everybody hotter. I mean, I'll be
playing guitar, those kind of things. But one of them was if he takes his T-shirt off in a certain way. And Candy was like, what does that mean? And I'm like, well, women take their shirt off this way and it's sexy. And she's like, wait, what? So, yes, there's a sexy way for a man and a woman to do it.
Yeah, but if you're taking your shirt off in the hopes that I will do the same, and that's the activity we happen to be doing together, then I'm not paying attention of where your arms...
Right.
I mean, if you get stuck in your shirt, probably not.
Well, that's part of it too.
Attractive.
The idea is if you're a guy, you're working in the yard or you're playing sports or whatever, you get too hot, you take it off. There's a certain way to do it. If you get stuck, you just lost all that sexuality you built up by look,
you mean like
hard.
If it's a balmy summer evening and you happen to be chopping wood.
So for women, it's where you cross your arms. Here, I'm going to sort of demonstrate on camera for people that are watching. So it's where you.
Wait, this is the girl one, or is this they are different, the girl and the guy one?
I'm not going to take my shirt off, but you cross your arms at the bottom like this, and then you pull it up over your head like that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Usually
that's sexy.
Seen like the beach scene where she has the bikini underneath and she's getting ready to go in the water.
And it's very smooth and everything like that. And then for the guys... So
that's not it for the guys.
No, the non-sexy way for guys, you pull your arms in your sleeves, and then you try and pull it over your head, and you get stuck, and it's super dumb. But what they mentioned in this article, the sexy way for guys is basically you pull on the back of your neck and pull it over your head.
You pull your neck over your head? That is ridiculous.
The neck of your shirt. Do you not understand what I mean?
No, I don't understand because wouldn't your...
Okay, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm not putting on a show today because you don't want to see.
I don't understand where your arms go, though.
Okay,
can you show me? Just move on the other. The camera's like right here. Just move on that side of it.
Okay,
and I'm going to show. We have 4 cameras. You can't see on the other camera if you're right over there.
I'm going to show.
That's
Candy.
the blind spot. That's where I've been doing the bad stuff there in this entire time.
Believe me, I'm doing you a favor by not showing you if you're watching this. But okay,
so this is the sexy ways.
Right.
Sexy way a guy should take off his shirt.
You have to describe because I'm moving away from my mic.
All right, so go stand over there. So Potter's standing on the other side of the table right now. So he's reaching back with both hands on the neck of the shirt, pulling it up over the head. Oh, well then what do you do with the shirt? You still look dumb. You're just holding the shirt there. That's like you're holding the shirt doing nothing. Like you pull it up over the neck and then what? This broadcast now has nudity. But what do you do with it afterwards? Like, I think you can see it in the reflection right behind me. So awesome.
The reflection can't be that bad, can it?
But no, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. But what do you do with the shirt once it's off? Like, oh, you toss it. Probably it's the toss.
Yeah.
I haven't been to enough strip shows. I don't know how that works.
You've been to plenty of strip shows.
Most of my experience, it's like the tearaway something.
Well, but you can't do the tearaway with a T-shirt.
And you don't want to do it with any of your expensive clothes because that's ridiculous.
Right. By the way, if you're just tuning into this part of the podcast, there is a video element as well. People are watching at youtube.com/Candy and Potter. This is episode 30 of the podcast. Okay, a couple more things before we shoot the pitching machine at Candy.
Oh, can we talk about the sketchy job that I want you to take?
Oh, gosh. Morally, I couldn't do this job.
This is just...
And it makes me mad, kind of.
It does?
Yeah.
That this job even exists?
Yes.
Okay, well, then it's good that we're going to talk about it.
I'm not shocked. I'm a realist.
Yeah, so Potter and I have been applying for jobs in radio, in TV, in social media, and marketing because that's what we do. And this ad popped up, and it was kind of the thing you look at it twice and go, ooh, that does not sound good.
Yeah, the headline, the position was social media specialist needed in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty vague, but I want to read you the exact ad. This is a real job that's available in the Northwest if you're interested.
You can find it on Craigslist. That part will not surprise you.
Right. So this is the ad. Founded and managed by a famous rogue data scientist. Which already sounds like Dr. Evil sitting in his lair.
It definitely sounds like a character in a movie. So who's that? He's a rogue data scientist.
Petting a white cat. You know? Okay, yeah. So founded and managed by a famous rogue data scientist and fraud detection expert. Our company is looking for individuals to post fake reviews, create fake profiles, and publish on behalf of our clients.
No, thank you.
So then it also goes on to get even more sketchier. Use gift cards or other semi-anonymous payment methods to purchase goods and services. And then we want you to post reviews exploiting Yelp and Amazon's flawed business model to generate revenue.
So they act like, oh, we're bringing down the system. But what they do is you write reviews, not only so a client would pay them, like let's just say it's Joe's
Landscaping.
Yeah. On Amazon and Yelp? I guess they'd be on Yelp.
Yeah.
Joe's Landscaping would pay this company, and then this company would pay you to write a bad review about Joe's. Or if Joe wanted, you could also write a bad review about Bill's Landscaping. So he had horrible reviews, Joe's competitor. Super sketchy. I use these things.
I wonder if this is like review extortion. Like this company goes to Joe and Joe's Landscape. I'm sorry if your company is Joe's Landscaping, by the way.
Poor Joe.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, you go to Joe's Landscaping and you go, so my people can write you a bad review or they can write you a good review.
Are you going to pay the rent?
How much are you going to pay for protection?
Speaking of Amazon, there was a story I read about this week about another guy. Speaking of part-time jobs, too. This guy apparently earns an extra $1,000 to $1,200 a month writing technology porn.
I'm sorry, what?
Short stories. So he writes basically erotic short stories involving technology. Like the newest one is about the Apple Watch.
Okay.
It's an ebook. He puts it in the Kindle store, puts it up for $2 or $3. You can put your own stuff up there, and if somebody buys it, they buy it.
Yeah.
And
my dad has a golf book up there.
That he wrote?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, about golf.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so he's that one. There's one called Taken by the Tetris Blocks.
Oh.
The Apple Watch one is called Invaded by the iWatch.
Oh, no.
Sexy girl on the cover. She's been invaded.
Sex and
I don't know
invaded.
why.
No, but I am a very open-minded person. Everyone has their thing.
Right. Personally,
that's got to be someone's thing.
I don't need the woman. I get aroused by technology articles and stories anyway, like just the regular
It's
tech
so
blogs.
sad. Ooh, talk to me about features.
I love a good live blog.
Oh, there's going to be a live web conference broadcast of new features. Potter's just titillated.
That's just me. But, he says it's supposed to be bad writing. He says, my hope is somebody looks at the title and goes, what? She does what? I'll spend $2 to read this on the bus today.
Funny or something? Like he thinks
kinda, yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't know why people are buying them, but they are, and he's making an extra.
Don't argue.
$10,000 to $15,000 a year, and maybe growing too.
Dude, and don't stop because you are feeding someone's fetish, and I would hate for them to resort to actually doing this with real pieces of technology.
All right, let's. Hey,
Consider
thank you so
you're
much
doing a service.
for listening to the Candy and Potter show this week. If you are listening, if you're watching, keep watching because we're about to do the thing where Candy has agreed to get shot with the pitching machine that she thought our 18-month-old tiny human was okay to get hit
Wiffle balls
with.
in air.
If you are listening to this, make sure you, I don't think the sound's going to be too great, but so make sure if you want to see that, you can check us out. Episode 30, you can just skip to the end on youtube.com/candyandpotter. Want to comment on anything? candyandpotter@gmail.com. Now, for those of you watching on YouTube, here it comes. All right, so here is the pitching machine. It is a toy, but it does shoot balls. And it does. It shoots balls. And she basically said, oh, we let the 18-month-old run in front of it so that he could learn a lesson. Now,
he was looking right at it. He's going to keep doing it.
I'm not saying that it would hurt him, but it would certainly scar him possibly for life. So
scar him?
I asked Candy to let herself get hit with it. Are you ready?
Yeah. Where do you want me to stand?
I want you to stand right in front of it.
Okay. This is about how close he was.
And, well, really his face was right in front of it because he's a lot shorter than you. I want you to close your eyes so you don't know when it's coming.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
More.
Oh. What did you put in there? It doesn't hurt. It's plastic. That is my necklace,
Fine.
by the way. That's
But he's an 18-month-old. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our videos.